Let me show you how the boss does it.
Decently long, but this game just feels as though it's just gonna be.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
If they try something, I'll see it.
Finally, back out in the field.
Pushing aggressively with SK Rossi will take down 2 SK.
What would you all do without me?
No, Rossi makes entrance.
Still, there is a chance, but with Rossi getting that kick off, the side has been completely taken over. Field and Rossi beat them together, and that triple peak just takes house, and Global Esports take the match.
Coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
I am everywhere.
In a fair fight, I'd still kill you.
He takes everything. He takes the brunt of the damage.
Wind, show me where to go.
And you get notifications whenever your favorite teams unlocked.
I will stop anyone who tries to come through.
Attackers, Godlike Esports, that white horse picking up again.
They will cower!
Will he be able to do it? The spike is 10 seconds pretty much in sight. Knight Rider dashes in, and he's gonna end it up with a triple kill. That's Godlike Esports, making it over to the quarterfinals.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD with AFK Gaming as our media partner. We are here on the last day of Challenger Series 5. The best day, if you ask me. Christmas came a little early, and we're here to start it off with the lower bracket decider finals between Godlike Esports and Global Esports. I'm CA, I'm going to be your host and caster for this series, and I'm joined by Aggressive on the mic. And Aggressive, I am hyped for today. Are you just as hyped?
I'm just as I'd say, but all good things have to come to a close. We are gonna be at the last day of Series 5 and for the Challenger Series in general. But still, you don't need to fret because this matchup is gonna be one for the books. It's gonna be GE versus Godlike Esports.
Now, looking at the map screen, a really interesting map 1 for me, and map 2. Map 1, because Split I consider to automatically be the better map for both of these teams. Shivi gets to play as Breach, but it's also where Global Esports get to bring out a second duelist and play around that, or even experiment. Instead of bringing out a second duelist, potentially even bring out a second Sentinel with the solo duelist lineup that they already have. I want to see that kind of innovation today, but more importantly, I want to see which team brings out the Killjoy first on Split, because the Killjoy regularly known as a better answer to the solo duelist compositions or the Breach compositions as compared to the Cypher. On Split, that Killjoy is where she excels, so I'm excited to see if either of these teams brings it out.
Killjoy is one of those characters that not a lot of people in our region actually play. Yesterday, we did see Lightning Fast pull it out, and also for the fact of Hellfighter. But I do see that to be one of the more niche picks, and yes, we do see actually Lightning Fast picking up that Killjoy, and this is going to be one of those deciding factors moving forward into a lot of these matchups. Because think of it like this, CA. This one Killjoy can solo hold down one of the sidelines and give so much information while she plays from another off angle, allowing her turret to take most of the brunt of the information carrying while she's going to be able to get the frag.
Yeah, especially on Split where her disadvantage in distance becomes very low. Now you see Global Esports taking the duels, Godlike on the attack. It's GE walking away with the advantage. They're able to pick up a double, and now Lightning Fast is going to step back, wait for them to come to him, has his alarm board ready as well, knows he doesn't need to make a move whatsoever. As you said, Aggressive, allowing that Killjoy to hold it down, meaning the rest can stack onto that B side, meaning it's going to be up to Lightning Fast to make sure he does it. Now, I love this positioning of the turret in pistol rounds especially. You want to make sure that the turret is at a far distance, because with just pistol rounds, it's harder to take down the turret that way, especially with the recent buffs of the health. In the later rounds, you can set up a kill setup, but in pistols, you always want to have the turret as a peak setup, try to get it back, and then go for the extra peaks. Now, the turret, it's gaining so much utility. Not only did it spot Shivi towards the A long, but also able to spot the entrance towards the A heaven, meaning Lightning Fast, he can just step back, wait for his team, and he's playing this Killjoy brilliantly. We're gonna pick up another kill with that GE with the advantage. Lightning Fast with a beautiful Killjoy.
Lightning Fast's positioning is just done so well. He used that turret down to perfection, using it to gain all of the information in the world, knowing that at the bare minimum of 2 members are going to be walking down straight towards him. But Chibi, he has his own vengeance set up. 12 seconds left on the clock. He's going to be able to get the spike down as well. A beautiful spike plant position, but he's going to get flashed out, and it's going to be Kappa sending him straight through the abyss with that Sovereign Ghost in his hand, and he's going to be able to get that spike defuse. A beautiful defensive round coming out from the side of GE. But Lightning Fast, this positioning, you have to give him props for that.
Yeah, I really like that turret positioning, because you have to understand that the turret, it functions in a 180-degree manner. The swivel of the turret is as that it moves from one side to another in that 180-degree fashion. Keeping it there means that not only does it keep its eye on a long entry, but also a heaven entry, meaning that not only does he have the alarm board ready in heaven, but the turret can spot out so much, and if they do try to shoot out the turret in the pistol round, it's much easier for him to either follow up or even pull it back and use that 10-second cooldown. Lightning Fast with a smart display. Now you can see that the buys are coming through. He's not going to go for that long setup anymore, instead opting for the kill setup, setting the turret in conjunction with the swarm grenade to try to stop any sort of push into A. Once again, it's going to be a 3-stack in B as the Killjoy helps Killjoy helps SK Rossi hold it down in A. Godlike Eco, they're trying to take mid control on the basis of that, but being denied so far because of Hell Ranger's breach. Now Godlike, they need to try to make a move. For them, this round is all about getting some damage done.
Let's see what they can find, but Hellranger, he's in the perfect position to stop this push from coming out from them. All the members of GE are holding down the fort, and with one paranoia, it may just all be over. They're all blind. They're all covered from all angles, and GE, they're holding down the fort. Skills gets killed, but Hellranger with his own vengeance, he's gonna be able to find a lot. It's gonna be Whitehorse trying to clean up something. He gets 2 kills, but gets taken out by the Seismic Blast coming out from Kappa with his last dying breath. And Rossi, he finds a final kill as well to clean it all up. And Rossi, he does have the operator in hand this time, so the pain is about to start for the side of GODLIKE Esports.
Yeah, and my bad, I assumed it was Hellranger on the breach, but it's actually Kappa playing his initiator role on the breach and Hellranger on the Omen. I really like this, especially considering Hellranger went for the Vandal buy in round 2, able to now make sure he keeps that, as well as with the save for Kappa, get that operator for SK Rossi. That operator coming out is going to be hella impactful. It is that impact, getting the first blood with that B main aggressive push, takes down one of GODLIKE Esports and now sets the stage for Global Esports to try and take a commanding lead in this first map in the first half. This is the buy round for GODLIKE and they need to fight back, and they're trying to do so with mid control. But once again, the Killjoy is set up in such a way that she denies the site altogether, denies entry onto the site. You see the alarm bot and the turret place so that she can get vision over multiple angles, and making sure to place the grenades to basically prevent a fast rush onto the site. Meaning Lightning Fast, he can play extremely defensive, allow his teammates to stack onto that B site and prevent anything, give so much information over to them. Now everybody grouping onto this B heaven. It's going to be Deathmaker picking up the first kill, and now with the spike, they're going to wait for Knight Rider and Whitehorse to get some pressure over there, take down the Killjoy utility, then go for that rotate, try to commit to site A.
This side take commit is gonna be quite painful, because do not forget, it's gonna be Lightning Fast just chilling down on the back angle. The alarm bot does spot out one, but it was Knight Rider wanting to go for that trigger, and it's gonna fast execute down onto this the A side, but Deathmaker flying through the heavens is gonna be able to get that first kill on the Lightning Fast. A beautiful use of the satchels to get that advantage on their side. Chibi goes in for the plant. And Hellranger, he is playing it safe. He's playing it smart. He's holding down the angles. It's gonna be Rossi going in for an aggressive peek, but he's not checking his right side, and he's gonna be getting the Knight Rider's treatment. He gets the first headshot, and Hellranger goes down as well with a well-placed head, and it's gonna be leaving Kappa down to this 1 versus 4 on his lonesome. But Whitehorse has his phone number, calls him up. Here's a ringtone, and he's gonna be able to get that kill on a Kappa as well. A beautiful round indeed from the side of the attacker to take the first fire round away.
Deathmaker with that double satchel play though, that was absolutely like nuts. The pace at which he's able to execute onto the side, but really set up by Whitehorse and Knight Rider moving towards those 2 angles down at A long and mid wents into A heaven initially. So for GODLIKE, what I really like is that their setup coming through, making sure to facilitate the entry fragment where he's able to push in, get the advantage for their team, and then as a unit they're able to secure the round. Now buy round going for GODLIKE, meaning given the fact that GE went for the operator buy, they have to go for the eco now. They invested a significant bit into that last round. We see a small disconnect coming out, and that just gives us a second to talk about the difference in these compositions. Now, Cypher versus Killjoy is the biggest difference, right? And for me, I think Killjoy is significantly better than Cypher on split, but at the same time, as a team, Cypher is much easier to execute because you just put down your utility and you get the information inherently. Killjoy, it's all about switching up the positions, trying to find your particular corner and trying to play mind games with what you expect the other team to do. So execution is really what becomes the biggest question mark. If you can execute Killjoy perfectly, then she's better than Cypher.
I completely agree with you on that. See, it's like 2 sides of a coin. Cypher requires much more of their brain.
Yeah, Cypher definitely slightly easier to be able to pull off with your team, slightly easier for your team to understand the aspect of play as well. But talking about Deathmaker himself now, I think for him to be going up against his former team in Global Esports, it really sets up that spicy, interesting affair, because now you wonder, hey, does Deathmaker have that extra morale, that extra boost to try and just deny everything to Global Esports, try and deny them their spot in the finals, or are Global Esports just not gonna care at all that they're facing one of their former mates. Instead, gonna focus on what they feel is important, which is the fact that they went down from the upper bracket finals to get here, and they want to make their way back to the grand finals to set that rematch against Velocity Gaming.
Giving that rematch down to GE, that is what they really want. They want to prove themselves once again. They had a pretty lackluster finish when it came to yesterday's matchup, which was kind of, it left more to be desired for. GE, they didn't really have the best showing, and Velocity, seemingly with their own outplays, were able to hold strong on their own. This just goes to showcase of what kind of a team that Velocity actually is. And when you give them a chance, to study you and you play the same composition over and over again, you're going to be on the receiving end of a lot of trouble. Adaptability is key, and hopefully GE, after this matchup, they went back to the drawing board. They understood that, hey, to take down Velocity, we need to try something different. We need to try something smart that is going to catch Velocity off guard, and we're going to be playing at our own strengths.
Now, the key thing to remember is that both of these teams, whichever one does end up winning, will be playing a bucket load of matches today. So their test of being esports athletes will really come into the picture. We saw XTC do this in Series 4, and I'm sure these teams capable of the same. Now, we're experiencing a small technical issue, so we'll just take that time to talk about exactly how we expect these matches to proceed today. And before that, though, make sure you like this stream, hit that subscribe button, and share it with all your friends. You want to make sure that nobody misses this final day of the Challenger Series. The finals day, you want to make sure you don't miss out on the Christmas treats that are available to you. Now, Aggressive, coming back to the match and the compositions, right? Split, I think, such an important map in terms of not just strength but morale for both of these teams. Losing on Split would make a huge dent into Godlike's hopes, because Shivi is playing his trademark Breach. For him to lose that map where he gets to play it would just mean it would be a really devastating blow. But for Global Esports, losing this map would mean they lose a map that has been consistently known as their fortress ever from Series 1. For Global, it's about making sure that people remember that when it comes to GE and Split, there's just no going around it.
GE and Split are, of course, a love story. And now that they have seemingly mastered this breach composition to enable Rossi to do what he does best, and now Skills going back on his duelist, you have to talk about that. Skills on the duelist is not something that we have seen quite often after they started taking the solo duelist composition, and now that he's back on it, you can already feel the impact that he does have. But at the same time, with this Killjoy and Killjoy versus Cypher composition, I said this before, proactivity versus reactivity. Cypher loves to play reactively, and Killjoy needs to play proactively. It's about how good Lightning Fast can hold down a lot of these sidelines, because they need to try and get as many rounds as possible down on this defensive side, because when it comes to the attack, it's going to be a lot more difficult because of the Cypher setups that the Cypher setups that are going to be present down in A or B side. They cannot really go in for a lot of the sneaky flank plays. And let's say that they were like in comparison to the side of GE, because if Lightning Fast is baited out and be like, hey, maybe I need to go towards that B side to give a little bit of backup, there's going to be nothing down at A to give him any form of information, or nothing down at B if he goes in for the rotation plays. That is where that is where the strength of Godlike's composition lies. So moving forward into the attacking half, I'm really looking to see if GE at the bare minimum take us to an 8-4 scoreline or something along those lines.
Yeah, I also think that the Killjoy especially much better than the Cypher on attack, given the fact that especially on Split, you can place these turrets in these uncanny positions, like right on top of the boxes down at mid to get you mid control essentially with the turret. And a key difference being that as compared to the camera, the turret doesn't need somebody constantly looking at it. It's just a bot that you place and you can use as an extra peek. The camera is something that you need to always be looking at for it to be active. So these small differences between both of the agents, it comes down to how equipped Lightning Fast is to be able to use it. I think that sort of that sort of execution gonna be really important for this matchup. Now, I think we're experiencing some issues in the game itself with the technical issues for both the teams. So we're going to go investigate it and find out exactly what is happening. We'll make sure that we'll bring the action right back to you really quick. We'll be back with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. See you soon.
Up under the stars, under the stars. Baby, while we're
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD with AFK Gaming as our media partner. Thank you so much for being patient and holding on. We're here back after fixing that small technical issue with the teams and making sure that they have the perfect grounds to make their stand today. Now, you can see it's Global Esports on the Eco and GODLIKE on the buys this round. GODLIKE, they won the last round, which was their buy round in which Global invested for an op, which is why this is happening. So a small recap, it's the first map of this lower bracket decided finals. It's Global Esports on the defense and GODLIKE on the attack. And now SK Rossi, his Blade Storm, we've seen exactly how instrumental this Jet Ultimate can be in general. If SK Rossi can get a couple kills with that Blade Storm, it could completely flip the script of this round.
His Blade Storm is going to be the deciding factor because it's of course the eco round and that's the most powerful gun that they have in their advantage. But it seems as though GODLIKE, they're playing it smart and they're playing it slow, not really giving a lot of chances to these people to go in for a fast eco rush onto the game and get a free gun for their side. But still skills, he takes alt point control, so there is of course that in his favor. Alt point control is very important when it comes to a lot of these eco rounds, but it seems as though GODLIKE, they're going to be pushing on in. It's going to be White Horse going for the stare off against Lightning Fast, his fellow Sentinel player, but it seems as though both of these teams are not going to be going in for the play just yet, but it's going to be Lightning Fast getting the first initial kill, but White Horse answers back with 2 of his own. He's going to be able to get the refrags and forcing it down to a 4 versus 3 close plan situation.
planted.
It's going to be Skills trying to take first contact against White Horse, but White Horse is too quick, and with the Neural Theft getting popped as well, Hellranger coming in from the sideline, he's going to be able to get that 1 kill at the bare minimum, but it's going to be Deathranger coming in from the sidelines. He's going to be able to take out 1, but Camo with a beautiful classic right click just domes him immediately. But here comes Shivy with the refrag to take it all away, and a beautiful attacking round coming out from the side of the attackers, but a beautiful defense as well to do some damage to the eco and get a little bit of money for their side as well.
Yeah, the damage done was significant by Global, but for GODLIKE, they'll just be happy they're able to secure the round because now they made themselves even on the scoreline. And looking at the scorecard, right, 7 kills for White Horse. I mean, this guy has been ridiculously consistent for GODLIKE throughout the tournament. When GODLIKE were having consistency issues, it was always when I saw White Horse stepping up, being that consistent player for his team, and that's really what you need from that Sentinel player to be able to play that Cypher time and time again and make your own uniqueness come out of it while consistently picking up frags. That takes a hell of a lot of skill, and White Horse, you have the props from me to be able to do that all the time. Now he's gonna be the X factor if GE able to pull off a successful attacking side, so I'm gonna keep my eye on him if GODLIKE able to pull off a successful attacking side. For GE, for Global, this is all about trying to hold on as much as possible and trying to do that with his B stack. The Rolling Thunder coming out for GODLIKE. They're getting into this side, the showstopper as well. GE though, they're making the smart move, giving up this site, willing to play for retake.
Playing for the retake is the smart move because you have to remember one thing, it's gonna be Kappa with the Rolling Thunder of his own. They have a lot of information to work with, but Scargot, he's not gonna be able to get the kill on the Lightning Fast. It's gonna be Skills instead. Getting that kill, the advantage is already in favor of the defense, but still the Lurk is gonna be coming out straight from the side of mid, and White Horse, he's gonna be able to get the wallback kill straight through the turn of the Lightning Fast. Him going down is gonna be dangerous, it's gonna be Skills. He has the 6th sense, he knows exactly where White Horse is gonna be. Rossi comes in from the sideline, he's gonna be able to get that kill, but Knight Rider answers back onto Skills, and this is very much possible, maybe possible, but not too much, as Kappa, he hits all of the headshots, and ding-a-ding-ding, it's all over for the side of the attackers with a beautiful Rolling Thunder coming out from Kappa, and a beautiful Heaven Hold as well from the side of the defenders. No angles were left unchecked, and the defense, they're now back stronger than ever.
Yeah, really nice retake, especially a decision. As soon as you hear the raised audio cue signaling that the showstopper about to come out, as well as hear the Rolling Thunder, Global Esports instantly are just like back. leave the site, we play for the retake, knowing that we have our own ultimates ready. The showstopper coming out for skills and SK Rossi's operator, meaning that they're able to clear out multiple corners at once and move in from multiple angles and secure an easy retake. That's global esports with thereby taking the lead once again and keeping the operator safe. Now in terms of ultimates, I see the Killjoy lockdown ready and I want to see this cooldown recycled as much as possible. So let's see if they choose to play for that retake once again, because that's really what the Killjoy lockdown good for in defense, trying to find those retake scenarios. Now when stack is going to be lightning fast picking up the first kill onto Deathmaker. That game sense to go down exactly when Deathmaker was coming up. Brilliant by Lightning Fast. Now we'll just step back, play behind his utility.
That was a beautiful play by Kappa as well to send that fault line to make sure his teammate didn't die in that situation, to stop them from going in or a high progressive push. And even if they went for it, they would have just died. Two skills holding down the angle for Lightning Fast to retreat. A beautiful play indeed from the side of Global Esports to take that one-man advantage for themselves and keep their one man alive as well. But it's going to be Kappa getting that kill on the Knight Rider. And here's where the real damage is about to begin, CA. Because now they don't have any of their entry fraggers. What is this breach going to do? Who's going to be able to follow him up is the real question. But they're not looking right behind him. It's going to be Lightning Fast soon peeking through the smoke. The boogeyman's going to be coming in from the sideline. And it's gonna be him getting that kill on the Jimmy. He's on the lurk. What Whitehorse? He's on a lurk of his own. There's not really a lot of time to work with, and the turret placement ever so beautiful to come out from the side of Lightning Fast to get a lot of information and skills. Speaking from the side of Heaven, gets that kill off as well. A beautiful round indeed from the side of the defense to back up their teammates for one, and then set up positions that the entirety of GODLIKE, they had no clue where they were going.
I think right there, you can see on the map, the push when it happened from Shivy and Skargod into screens, Whitehorse, he was flanking SK Rossi. So what I would rather have seen Shivy and Skargod do was use the breach to flash through the smoke and then try to deny the rotations for their team, while Whitehorse able to secure the site, because Whitehorse's position was completely unknown to Rossi. If that happened, then Whitehorse would be able to pick up an easy kill. Now a kill, Toaster Oven set up for Lightning Fast, denies that jet dash for any backup immediately, meaning Knight Rider just dashes to his death, gets instantly taken down, and even though Global Esports able to pick up the site and now get the plant, they've lost a man on the way. Now it's cooldown and ready, the lockdown for the retake, meaning GODLIKE, they have nowhere to go. They need to push and try to take down this cooldown, and while trying to do that, they're just going to walk into the operator. Brilliant round for Global Esports.
Beautiful round indeed, and Deathmaker, he tries to go in for a play, but he's stuck inside of the lockdown. He needs to try to do something at the bare minimum, and Jimmy, he's just gonna get spammed straight through the smoke. Beautiful cover fire coming out from the side of Global to hold down the fort. I know the defuse coming out as well, and Kappa getting one more ultimate charge for his favor. He's gonna be really dangerous moving forward in the following round, CA. Mainly because now his Rolling Thunder has 1 point off, and with this round coming out from the side of GE, they're looking stronger than ever.
Yeah, GE able to use their ultimates in the ideal situations. Playing for the retake after getting that one kill, a really smart decision. Knowing that you have the lockdown ready to basically secure 90% of the site. Put GODLIKE in a position where you either push or you just get detained. GODLIKE, they have no real choice in that position. They have to push. They end up just walking into Rossi's operator. And the synergy between those two things working really well for Global Esports. Now able to pick up a 3-round lead. Force GODLIKE onto these semi-buys. Deathmaker, he's gonna go for the peak and instantly get denied. The flash came in a second late, or Deathmaker went in a second early. I feel like if either of them had been on time, the situation could have been completely different. GODLIKE need to make sure that those sort of things, the misalignment in the push versus the breach flash, does not happen, because otherwise, constantly SK Rossi on the operator will just be able to take advantage of them. Now holding down B main, he actually misses his shot barely through the wall. Shivy with 5 HP surviving, able to take down SK Rossi, meaning now it's 4v4 on the map. GODLIKE trying to push in. They picked up the operator for themselves. We'll see if they can get something done.
Argod, beautiful 2 headshots to get that clean kill onto Kappa. But Hellranger answers back with his own. And this eco seemingly is quite successful, but still, he may just get caught out. But Chibi, he's not going to be able to hit that shot, and he needs to run. Chibi, he needs to try and save this operator, which is very much important for their favor skills. He doesn't know that Chibi's holding down the angle, but a beautiful shot coming out from skills to take out Chibi. 5 HP, but doesn't even matter because a headshot will always reign supreme and do the real damage. It's gonna be White Horse and Knight Rider on two opposite sides of the map, and it's Knight Rider trying to do what he can, but the spike plan does go through, so at the bare minimum, they are gonna be able to hold down the fort. And Knight Rider, he's making so much noise, he's running around everywhere, he doesn't have the bullets, he's going in for the plays, but Skills with the classic right click is just way too quick and takes him out. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a round and a half to go, but still, GODLIKE, I would say the eco was successful, but I would have liked Shive to just play defensively instead and just save that operator for Knight Rider.
Yeah, maybe saving the operator could have worked, but GODLIKE, they sensed an opportunity to pull off a potential thrifty and they went for it. So I understand that. Not being able to do it though, because Hellranger, understanding with his game sense where they're likely to go, uses the ult for mainly info to check if A is being planted, but make sure he doesn't go all the way, able to stay on B side, hear the spike plant by White Horse and take him down. Now GODLIKE, once again, they're going to be with the full buys, so this is their round to make that push happen, because otherwise it's going to be really detrimental to their economy. The smoke's coming out, it's only Lightning Fast holding down A, now the backup coming in from Hellranger, and GODLIKE is ramping up towards these ramps. They need to take him down and they will do just that. Lightning Fast goes down and so does all the utility of that Killjoy. A great amount of noise and chaos caused by the double duelist in Knight Rider and Deathmaker towards his A side. But it's Kargod on this B side waiting with the spike to figure out exactly where he wants to go. Can't go to B garage though, because SK Rossi is waiting there with the operator. If you walk into his eyes, he will just instantly take you down. They're opting for the mid control. Now with the smokes coming out, 3 members of GODLIKE starting to push in, looking towards that B heaven.
This first peak is gonna be the biggest. It's gonna be still getting two before he goes down. Beautiful headshots with the Vandal to take him out. Imagine if he had a Phantom in that situation, a possible third as well. But it's gonna be Hellranger trying to be a slow criminal, and he's gonna be a criminal indeed. He gets a kill on the White Horse. He gets another kill on the Knight Rider. He's making the difference with skills. They're getting kill after kill, leaving Deathmaker on his lonesome to try and clutch this one out. But the question is, will he be able to? He gets tagged out by Rossi, down to 41 HP, and he needs to make a run for it. Either go in for the save at this point, because he only has 2,000 credits and he wants to save this gun. 3 seconds left on the clock. Not much that they can do, but Global, that was such a beautiful round. Both of the smoke criminals coming out. First Skills, and then Hellranger. Absolutely incredible.
Hellranger with the fog plays. Both of them, as you said, lurking in the smoke. I feel like GODLIKE, they need to be able to try to be aware of this and go for the multi-peaks if they are walking through the smoke blind, or flash it out in advance. Don't take a risk whatsoever. The fact that they end up just walking into the smoke, not just there, but here also, meaning that they just get caught out. White Horse there going for the camera, not backed up by Deathmaker because he was going for the boombot, meaning that both the players with the abilities in hand not able to find the trade onto Hellranger, and Hellranger with some brilliant composure, not just does he pick up 1 kill onto White Horse, but picks up another onto Knight Rider, meaning for GODLIKE, their attack stopped in their tracks, and Global Esports right now making this composition work brilliantly on defense. Now Omen ultimate coming out for GODLIKE as they look for a fast B-side execute. Gonna take it all the way through, and now they have the side control. But we've seen this from Global Esports before. They like playing for the retake, and the retake it will be. The Rolling Thunder coming out for both the teams, trying to delay each other. It's Global on the retake, SK Rossi with the first kill, and Global looking for more.
Looking for more, and with the Hunter's Fury in their side. Sorry, not Hunter's Fury, what am I saying? With the showstopper on their side, it's gonna be more than enough. Skill gets 1, Lightning Fast gets 2 from the silence. It's gonna be Hellranger getting a last kill on the Shivy as he's just chilling down on the back of side, taking us to an 8-2 scoreline, and with the spike defuse as well. The side of Global Esports, their usage of ultimates is just so impeccable. Rossi, he always gets value out of the Blade Storm, and that is what you need to have coming out from your Jet. 1 kill at the bare minimum. Whenever you're using the Blade Storm, that's gonna give so much value to the ultimate economy, and it's gonna be opening up a lot of the sidelines as well. And Lightning Fast, ever so consistent with his own plays. Look at his headshots and look at him being an absolute anchor for this entire team. He doesn't miss a shot and he's going to be holding down the fort as well.
Yeah, for Godlike, this difference in like approach really coming out detrimental for them, because global, they're able to predict exactly what Godlike want to do, able to adapt and react perfectly. Whenever Godlike go for the fast push, they just give them the site. They play for the retake, knowing, hey, you know what, we have the breach too. We have a sentinel who can pick up a utility and come to this site to help us with the retake. So we're gonna use that to our advantage. Global understanding where the strength of their composition lies and executing it to perfection, meaning you can see a significant lead picked up for Global Esports. Is gonna be up to Godlike to answer back. And this is what I wanted to see. More mid control coming out for Godlike. Deathmaker able to push into B Heaven, picks up that first blood onto Kappa, and this will allow their team to start funneling in onto that B Heaven side, take more control. But this is, I really like this from Rossi. He's maintaining his discipline, not willing to give up the garage peak, expecting someone there, but he's gonna be surprised because nobody's going. Instead, they're going onto site. Rossi with the quick scope will miss the shot, meaning now Godlike able to take side control, and Rossi caught between two corners with nowhere to go.
Rossi may just get picked up in this situation as Vitos makes the rotation, but it's gonna be Skills being able to get that kill. It's gonna be Deathmaker going in for the plays, but he does get taken out by Rossi with a beautiful shot. But Cargos finally gonna be able to answer back. Shibi answers back with his own vengeance. He gets that kill onto L range. The Lightning Fast going in for the spray, and beautiful spray control is gonna be getting that first kill. He's in this situation, in this 1 versus 1 as of right now. Only 7 bullets left on the clock, and the smokes are gonna be covering up Shibi, but with only 3 HP, he needs to be careful of how he moves around the map. 1 bullet and he's gone, and Shibi's gonna be super healthy, making a lot of noise. Classic in hand, Shibi's gonna be able to finish him off. A beautiful round from the side of the attackers, but this was very dangerous here. This was too close. If let's say that Knight Rider was not able to get that leg shot onto Lightning Fast, it would have all been over.
Yeah, but Godlike, they are able to make it. I mean, I just want to mention though, Rossi with that operator, that was nuts. To not just kill off Deathmaker with the showstopper, but also survive it in the back end. Just absolutely insane reactions from him to be able to do that. But props to be given to Godlike, because they're the ones who execute a very smart mid push and are able to take side control on the basis of that mid push, eventually secure the round by playing it calmly and waiting for Lightning Fast to get to them, knowing that they have the timer on their side. Godlike now with the 3rd round on the board will look to this final round to try to get a magic number 4 and then replicate the same success that Global Esports have had so far in their own defense. Now you can see Knight Rider, he's picked up the op for this round, so it's gonna be the op versus op battle for GE. I'm seeing a double op come through aggressive. This is going to be very interesting. You can see both Kappa and SK Rossi holding it down. Kappa towards that B Heaven will now get smoked out. Rossi towards this A long. Once again, mid control for Godlike Esports. It's what worked for them last round, so they're going for it again. But this time I would like to see the mid control translating into A side push, and I think that's where they're starting to lean towards.
Not gonna lie, CA, it seems as though the pioneers of the double off meta, being the side of Godlike, are getting picked up by GE as well, it seems. They're holding down the fort. It's gonna be Kappa getting the first kill with his own operator, and Rossi, he's holding down the side of Heaven. Left. A lot of information in their favor, but with bodies dropping from both sides, it's gonna be a 4 versus 4 situation as they're making it straight through the side of Fence. Lightning Fast, he knows their last known information, uses the molly to block off any sort of a push, and a beautiful ultimate could be coming out from the side of Lightning Fast to try and stop out this push for as long as he can. Left. This is the last round, so all of the ultimates are about to be used, but Shivi, he's holding down the angle, and this may just be detrimental for their side. It's gonna be Lightning Fast though, getting the first initial kill. He gets the second one on the Deathmaker as well, getting the trade of Rossi, taking us down to a 3 versus 2 situation. It's gonna be White Horse and Scargord versus the entire world, but it's he's not gonna be taking that angle. Kappa, he's holding it down strongly with that operator, leaving Scargord down in between a rock and a hard place. He's gonna be trying to go in for the plays. He gets a headshot with the Phantom, but it's not gonna be enough to take him out. He needs to go in for the plays, but Elfinger, he hears the audio. He knows exactly what Scargod is thinking, goes in for the spray and cleans them up. As Global Esports, they're absolutely dominant when it comes to the side of this defense. And Lightning Fast, he's ever so consistent with his aim. We have not seen him lose a single one of his gun tools at this point.
Yeah, it's really important to have that on your Killjoy as well, because the Killjoy, she's all about pre-round setup and then using that pre-round setup to enable her in her duels, right? The alarm bot, which makes you vulnerable to get you that softer HP target to take down, the turret which gives you extra chip damage, all of this only able to become successful if the Killjoy holder itself is able to translate that into kills and advantages. Lightning Fast is able to do just that. We were talking about how important execution was going to be, and the fact that he's used both of his lockdowns in the previous first half to secure rounds for global esports shows me an extremely strong level of execution. Lightning Fast, the leader for global esports, as they took a tremendous advantage in their first half. Now it's Global on the attack and Godlike on the defense. Godlike trying to hold on from screens. Scargod making sure he gets back into screens, doesn't want to get caught out. It's a fast side execute for Global Esports. They've taken A side control and are now looking to get the side planted. But you can see all around the map, Godlike is swarming every angle. They're ready for the retake and they're going to go for just that.
They're taking a lot of map control. Global, they're taking control after control point. And this is super important. Having the double man down in screens is going to be massive. It's going to be Skill getting that kill onto Shivy with the double peak, and Lightning Fast getting one of his own onto Deathmaker. The bodies have already dropped down, and CA, it seems as though it's going to be all but over with a beautiful nade coming out from the side of Skills as well, dealing massive amounts of damage to the side of Knight Rider. And down in this 2 versus 3 scenario, with them being so low, there's not much that they can do. White only has 4 bullets, and it's gonna be Knight Rider trying to do some damage with that frenzy. There's not much that he can do. He's looking for those kills. He's probably gonna be able to find one more, but nope. Hellranger denies and sends him into the abyss with a beautiful Prime Classic to boot. And it seems as though Global, their attack is as strong as their defense.
Yeah, Global just as good on attack here, playing a very strong pistol round. I think what's most important is after their push through onto A side, they're able to take screens control, because without screens control, Godlike would have been in a position where they could swarm through on multiple sides for the retake. The fact that they have screens control mean that Global, they have that position to fall back on and can just step back. Now at this point, I think for Godlike, they need to start fighting back, but this will be that round where they will be going for the eco. It might just end up going to 11-3, but after that, from the buy round, Godlike, they cannot afford even one round going against them. They are going for the mind games this round, electing for this 4-side B stack into an eco rush potentially, but for Global, they are just on the other side of the map. 5-man stack onto A. This is likely just going to be a free site for Global Esports on this A.
It's gonna be an interesting factor, CA, because now is where the real fun is about to begin. Do not forget that. Do not forget that Global Esports, they're gonna be holding down, they're gonna be going in for those fast executes. With this Killjoy, you do have that luxury, as you stated before, of using the turret to peek down a lot of these angles. You don't need to use a body, you can use one of your abilities to get the information for you. In comparison to Cypher, Cypher's camera, yes, you can use it to get a form of an advantage as you can spot out the enemies, but that camera dies in one shot, while the turret will require a couple of bullets to do so. You can swing with that turret, get that one kill as your enemies are trying to dodge it out, and if they don't kill it, that turret is going to be an absolute nuisance while the attacking factor is going to be coming into play. But it seems as though Godlike, they tried to go in for the big brain plays of trying to stack down onto B, but Global Esports, they're one step ahead and holding down the fort. They go over to the A side, and they're going to be doing a good amount of damage there as well. It's going to be Hellranger getting the first kill on the Scar God, as the cavalry is going to be coming on in. But Deathmaker, he does spot out Hellranger, but Hellranger, he does have a Vandal in his hand, but Shivy, a beautiful play coming out from him to get that kill off on the Hellranger, taking the first contact peek. And it's going to be Knight Rider going in for his own play. He's going to be able to get that kill on the Lightning Fast and take him out, but Shivy, he finally does have the Vandal in his hand, and this Vandal is going to be doing a lot for their side going into this 3 versus 3 retake scenario. The Fight is going to be taking one down, but Knight Rider, he's going to be the first one to get that kill on the Skills, and this is very much possible on Rossi. He's hitting all of the headshots. He's going to be getting one of the kills as well. Tippy goes down, and now goes the merry-go-round. There's not really a lot of time to go in for the spike, and Kappa, he does a beautiful play of his own, and with the reverse 180 flick, getting that kill on a Knight Rider. The spike goes boom! And it's going to be the 11th round on the board for the side of Global Esports. They played the clock down so well. But Godlike, they tried their hardest to try and take away this 50 round.
Yeah, a really strong showing from Godlike in their eco, almost able to pull it off. But from SK, Rossi and Kappa, the ability to constantly try to delay as much as possible. Basically playing Ringa Rossi's here with Godlike Esports running around the pillar there on site, making sure that they're not taking the peak until the time is running out where they have to take it. Meaning now, for Global Esports, this is a huge advantage, looking for match point for themselves with this next round. Now Godlike, they did go for the eco, so they will be able to afford the full buys in this round. And Knight Rider though, he's going for that op, the glass cannon op. We've talked a lot about how when you go for the glass cannon op, you have to make the first shot work, and hope Knight Rider can be able to do just that. You can see from GE though, once again going for that A side push, the turret coming out to get that peek onto ramps. As soon as the turret doesn't spot anybody out, they will slowly start taking control. Now the smoke onto Heaven and CT will mean a fast A side execute to come out from GE. They don't have any ultimates, but they will be able to get the dash in and start pushing in. But the trapfire is set up to prevent site entry. It's Skargod picking up the first kill. GE so far just avoiding all the trapfires, meaning that no information given just yet. Kappa, he'll get spotted out on one, but now Skargod with another, and Deathmaker on the flank. Godlike, they're swarming GE on all angles, and the spike carrier down. Godlike looking really strong on their buy.
Skargod, he came in massive for his side. He's gonna be able to even up the playing field just a little bit more in their favor. But Hellranger, he has such a beautiful position. But Knight Rider, he's gonna be holding, and then this operator shot is gonna be counting as well. He gets that kill off on the Hellranger, taking us down to a 2 versus 5 situation. It's gonna be Lightning Fast and Rossi going up against the entire world to see what they can find. But Deathmaker, he's gonna be able to hit that headshot. Lightning Fast gets a kill of his own. It's not gonna be enough, as there's too many bodies and too many heads to click on. And Godlike, they finally take their first defensive round, taking us to an 11-4 scoreline.
Godlike, we did say that for them, making this buy round work would be very important. And Skargod holding down the Heaven angle beautifully, able to pick up a double kill on the back of the utility of that Cypher, meaning he combines really well with Whitehorse to make sure that site entry not possible, allowing the rest of his team to come quickly for the retake. That Maker on the flank, and Shivy and Knight Rider from screens, meaning they have every single angle covered for the retake, and they're able to push through, get the trade successfully, and eventually get the round for themselves. Now they just need to be able to do this multiple rounds in a row, try to get a winning streak for themselves, because otherwise it's gonna be still Global with the advantage given their lead. Now going into this next round, Global, they're forced onto these semi-buys, and they've invested pretty heavily onto these semi-buys. An interesting choice for Global. I would have expected an eco, but instead they chose to go for the full buys. I wonder if this ends up hurting them. If they're not able to win this, they will break the economy. Going for the B push now, Global stopped in their tracks. Deathmaker with the first kill, playing smartly, backing it up, meaning now they just need to hold their positions and wait for Global to walk into their trap. Global, they might be doing just that, going for this B-Heaven push, but with the Rolling Thunder coming out for Kappa, I think Global now committing onto the B-side heavily.
Oh my god!
Rossi takes down Knight Rider in that 1v1 duel, and Rossi, he's the entry fragger you need in your team to pull off such insane plays.
If there is one person in the entire world that can actually go in for a play like that, that has got to be Rossi. He has no regard for his own life, and he's like, I'm gonna I don't care if you're an operator or a vandal or a goddamn Odin, I'm gonna be killing you no matter what. He goes in for the plays with that Spectre in hand, and he's gonna be able to find so much value. That is absolutely incredible. Operators and vandals, but Rossi picking up an operator for himself, and he gets the 4K to boot. Rossi! Explosive performance on this round to take us to match point for the side of Global Esports. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be the do or die situation for the side of Godlike, but I don't think that they have the ego to do so.
I mean, SK Rossi. What is the reactions on this guy? The reaction timing to be able to pull off that sort of a play, especially in the long range duel between an operator and a Spectre, it's just absolutely insane. I don't think, like, after that blow to the morale, it's gonna be easy for Godlike to pull it out, because at this point, you see Knight Rider, he's going for the double updraft place, but Lightning Fast just steps back. I think at this point, SK Rossi, he gave so much momentum to his team with that 4K that for Global, it's just a matter of being strong with that morale and being able to close it out here. Try to take map 1 for themselves. Godlike though, they need to try to reset themselves and push back, because Even though they did lose that last round, they're a team capable of pulling it back. But Whitehouse, he goes for the aggressive peek before the flash comes through, meaning instantly just denied by SK Rossi. And now with the Blaze coming up, in goes the Jet in combination with the Paranoia, gets that kill. Knight Rider able to return it back, but now with the lockdown ready, it's gonna be a B bait into a switch for Global Esports.
Lockdown is going to be causing so much noise to happen. Scargot, he's trying going for his own plays, but Deathmaker, he finds them out. He's going to be able to kill one before he does go down himself, taking it to 3 versus 2 situation. But a beautiful ultimate coming out from the side of Hellranger to go back down into the side of A, clear out this side. Let's see what he can find. But Scargot, he has such a beautiful power position on his side to work with as well. They need to try and check this corner. They have not cleared it whatsoever. And Scargot, he hears the noise. He has a beautiful angle to work with as well. As he's slowly creeping his way in. The boogeyman is going to be coming to kill you, Kappa. But in this situation, he's just clearing out angles with his buddy Knight Rider, and them not making a single bit of noise. They go in for the spray and they get that kill on the Scargot. They get that kill on the skill, sorry. No damage being done to either of them, taking us to a 2 versus 2 situation. It's gonna be Scargot getting some form of information. Knight Rider getting that kill on the Kappa as well, leaving Hellranger on his lonesome to go for this 1 versus 2 retake scenario. They're not gonna be looking on behind him, and this is gonna be the biggest mistake that they do. It's gonna be Hellranger getting the first kill. 1 versus 1, Omen versus Omen. Who's gonna be coming out on top in this engagement? Goes in for the fake, and Hellranger, he's probably gonna go in for the peek as well. Scargot, he's giving away so much information. There's nothing that they can do. Going straight through the smoke. Will there be enough time? Is the real question. There will not be enough.
Attackers win.
As GODLIKE, they were not able to clutch out the round. And a beautiful game coming up from the side of Global Esports to take map number 1.
And I mean, for Global Esports, Hellranger, especially in this round, right? The amount of composure he shows to play this 1v2, wrapping around the pillar and going slowly through the smoke to find the first easy headshot onto Knight Rider. But then even here, making the smart play, knowing that, hey, it's match point for me, I don't need to unnecessarily commit, walks in directly to his face. He's like, I just need to get 1 shot, and able to delay this spike diffuse for long enough to secure the round. 17 kills for SK Rossi, 14 for skills. That dynamic duo of duelists, really strong for Global Esports. And with the help of their innovative Killjoy in Lightning Fast, they're able to take a dominant map 1, set the stage for GODLIKE to try and come back on map 2. I think there was plenty to talk about and some nutty plays as well to discuss in that map 1. So let's quickly go to the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors. Perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive for me, I feel like enough can't be said about Lightning Fast, because not only to play the Killjoy, which like has shown his strength on Split because of the various reasons. Like we saw beautiful lockdowns allowing for retakes. We saw immense turret placement, also making sure that he's able to pull back the turret when he needs to go for the retake, allowing for repositioning of that utility, as well as the usage of the swarm grenades to deny any sort of aggressive fast side push. We saw the difference in the first round of Global's attack. When they went for the aggressive fast side push, there really was nothing to stop them in their tracks. The Cypher, he only offers that single layer protection with the Trapfire, as compared to the Killjoy, who can set up multiple swarm grenades and deny one whole lane to push altogether. Lightning Fast, he was able to execute and pilot this Killjoy to perfection, meaning for Global Esports, they take now a huge map lead. We said the Split would be one of the key maps to look out for, given the strength of both of their teams, and the fact that Global win it, it shows how much and how driven they are to try and get back to the grand finals.
I completely agree with you on that, and Lightning Fast on this Killjoy was the biggest factor. The main difference between Killjoy and Cypher and the strength of the Killjoy is actually the Killjoy doesn't really require a second person to be present to go, like, doesn't require anyone to be present to try and go in for the kills. The Killjoy's abilities themselves will stop the opponents from trying to go up any further. First of all, the Molotovs coming in, the Killjoy nades. They're going to be able to hold down any sort of an angle very tightly. The turret is going to deter enemies from pushing into it, because if they start shooting the turret, there is a chance that someone's going to be coming in and getting the peek and getting the kill onto them as well. All of these factors come into mind games. And what happens with the Cypher? You need to have someone near those trap wires, near those cages to try and capitalize on the plays that could be made there. And with the Killjoy, you don't need that. You can be on the other side of the map, and still the Killjoy abilities are going to be able to affect you. They affect such a wide area that Cypher cannot really cover. And I love the fact that Lightning Fast was able to use that. And the aggro playstyle that was enabled because of Lightning Fast's turrets, because of his positioning, because of his nades, was just absolutely incredible. And the post plant, I don't think I need to talk about the post plant, CA, because that was absolutely insane the way Lightning Fast set up all of his utility to not help him, but help his team instead. He did a lot of damage, gave all the information in the world to his team of where exactly that they're going to be coming from. He dies, and then his team just cleans up the house.
Beautiful plays by Global. I think props to be given to SK Rossi as well, because the duels that he won, it seemed impossible, but he was able to pull them out consistently, really displaying his skill. And talking about skill, I mean, shout out to be given to Skills, one of my favorite players on the scene ever since he made his push. He's so versatile, he can play almost anything. We've seen him on a Sentinel, on a controller, and he's always great on a duelist. But GODLIKE, they're not a team to go down without a fight. They're a team that will come back stronger, and that's what I'm going to look on to them for map 2. See if they can really pull back. Give us the whole 3 maps of entertainment that we really want. GODLIKE, they're bound to come back with a vengeance. It's just a question of how Global adapt and prevent it from happening, because GODLIKE, they will come back stronger. For now, that was map 1. We'll be back really soon with map 2. But in the meantime, you can check out the links in the description below for some amazing discounts, a chance for you to get something for yourself. It is Christmas tomorrow, so if you haven't got any gifts yet, this is the perfect opportunity to buy some last minute products for your friends and family. Use the amazing discounts set up for you. Make sure you also like the stream and subscribe. The day is just starting. After this, there is the grand finals. So make sure you're there on time with the notifications bell on. We'll see you really soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Baby, while we're Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't wanna do.
Coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not gonna give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Decently low, but this game just feels as though it's just gonna be.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
Let's go able to return it back to this position.
If they try something, I'll see it.
I am not giving up.
you all do without me?
No, Rossi makes entrance.
Still, there is a chance, but with Rossi getting that kick off, the side has been completely taken over. Field and Rossi keep them together, and that triple peak just takes house, and Global Esports take the match.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're here back for Map 2 between Global Esports and Godlike Esports in this lower bracket decided finals. Global were quite dominant with their win in Map 1 in Split. So let's take a quick look at what we have available for Map 2 and talk about where we can expect, if we can expect Godlike to make a comeback. So now aggressive, we see it's going to be bind. Now Global, they were a bit countered yesterday on bind by velocity with that double sentinel composition. So the biggest question mark for me going into this map is, does Global pull out the breach once again, or do they go back to what was the default in Series 1, Series 2 in that duelist and play a standard without the breach composition?
One answer, CA. Sky. Sky is what we need to see, and that's the best thing that's going to be happening for this entire roster. Yes, of course, that breach composition is super powerful, but when it comes to the map of bind, it's not as potent, it's not going to be as strong, but Deathmaker is actually going onto his jet. Oh god, we have not seen this happen in such a long time, and it is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Deathmaker is going to be going onto his jet, but it seems as though GE, they're opting to go in for their usual solo duelist composition, going up against at least the side of Godlike. But now is the real interesting question. What is Knight Rider about to play? This is going to be really interesting to say the very least, because we've not really seen Knight Rider play anything else other than the jet. And now is where
I'm expecting a Sage to come out for Knight Rider here, but he could also pull out another duelist. It will not be the Breach or the Brimstone, I expect, because we've never seen him play anything in that role. But Sage is what I'm expecting, and Sage is what it is. We've seen him play the Sage in Series 1, and he has, even in Series 1, before Sage got nerfed and became that battle Sage, what she's known for, he was playing that battle Sage, very reactive with his walls, very willing to use the peaks to get himself the heal and make that battle Sage work. Knight Rider, he has his proficiency with Sage, and you can see that they've done their homework. They watched the match yesterday, they realized how strong the Sage can be against that breach composition, and even though they don't have the Killjoy, the Sage itself is a decent answer to the breach. So Knight Rider on that Sage, he's going to be one to watch out for.
That's true. And this Sage pick itself is going to be the deciding factor for this entire matchup, because we saw it yesterday that if you are able to cut off the backup that the Jet would have from a fast side execute, you're going to be able to systematically dismantle the entire playbook of Global Esports. So it's all about this one character making the difference, and it's going to be forcing a lot of pressure down onto Knight Rider to perform in this situation, because he needs to be reactive with all of his plays, and there is where the main importance is going to be lying. If he is going to be able to exactly use his slow orbs to stop the push on time, or is he going to fumble and just let the GE run over the entirety of their side lanes?
Yeah, it's going to be very important. He lost that, but DM on the Jet, DM back on his favorite agent, finds that first headshot. This is going to be hella hype, because Deathmaker, he's going to be looking for a vengeance against his former team, wants to take them to map 3. The Scarlet with another, and DM with his third. That's Godlike coming off all cylinders firing in the pistol round, looking to start it off right.
Deathmaker hitting shots like that is gonna be difficult for their side. It's gonna be Hellranger being stuck inside of this one TP angle, and now gets paranoid out. He's gonna be getting tagged constantly, 7 HP, and with everyone spamming on through, it's gonna be a detrimental side spike plant and a flawless round to boot. Godlike, they're coming out firing on all cylinders.
I mean, Deathmaker, he shifted on to his, like, the agent he's really known for. The agent he fell in love with when he first started playing Valorant. The agent that really suits all of his abilities and potential as a player. and really allows him the opportunity to maneuver around the map and try to take it over as a solo player. Deathmaker on this solo duelist in this double central composition, he's going to be crucial to godlike success, and the fact that he pulls off a triple just speaks volumes about what we can expect from him. Now he has a full buy, a phantom and full shields ready, going for the spam, trying to catch someone out. Will not find someone just yet. This is the eco for global. Let's see if they can get some damage done. They will spot our Deathmaker here, but Hellranger is just stepping back, not willing to commit unnecessarily. Will ready the fourth line for any sort of aggressive push, and the flash having flashed out Deathmaker. It'll be SK Rossi with the aggressive push, able to take him down. Shivi did answer back though, but that does mean that Phantom is available for one of their teammates to pick up. I expect Shivi to do that just about now, and then Godlike, they need to try to commit to his site, because now with the time running down, it's Global who is starting to take control over the map.
It seems as though the call coming out from Kappa was just take out the rainbows, take out that phantom, and at the bare minimum, we're going to be able to survive with our own pistols and take it all away. But it seems as though Godlike, they have other plans with White Horse on the lurk. He goes in for the backstab, and he gets that kill on the Hellranger as he was coming through from the side of Showers. A lot of information has been gathered for their side and a lot of ground as well. The spike line going down, and on the B side, we do see Knight Rider just walking around to see what he can find. But a beautiful play coming up from the side of Shivi to get that kill on the lightning pass, and gets traded out by Scargot, getting the kill on the Kappa. A beautiful second round as well from the side of Godlike Esports. And now, with a lot of the members, yes, dying, but they're going to be able to upgrade onto better guns and still hold strong and have really a fighting chance moving forward into this third round. Because now, GE, they're going to be on their buy round.
But it's all about trying to pull off this defensive round with minimal damage and going on to the attacking round where they will be favored. Even though Bind, theoretically, especially against a double central composition, supposed to be a defense-sided map, for GE, they need to, for them, they excel when SK Rossi is able to make those in-your-face plays, and the fact that he has a breach to back him up will mean that that's where they should be able to find their advantage. Now, the same goes on the other half too. They will not have the opportunity to do that if the first half goes bad for them, because the double sentinel becomes extremely strong on defense. So GE need to make sure that they stem the bleeding right here, right now. Start it off with their buy round and stop the win streak for Godlike, because I feel like DM is the sort of player who, if you put on defense with a double sentinel comp, if you allow him to get to the operator, he will just left, right, center start denying sites altogether by himself and taking over the map. That is something that GE want to prevent altogether. Try to stabilize the economy in your old defense. Get SK Rossi the operator, because he also is a player who can just single-handedly take over the map. I'm just excited for this battle of just two mechanically gifted and godlike jets and how it's going to pan out.
This is going to be one of those fights that is going to be for the centuries, because Deathmaker finally switching back to his jet. It's something that we've been hoping for and asking for a pretty long time as well. Don't get me wrong, Knight Rider is a phenomenal jet player, but when it comes to comparing Deathmaker and Knight Rider, they're completely different beasts entirely. And this kind of an engagement, and now with Knight Rider actually shifting onto the Sage, a counter comp in a way, like a counter strat in a way, against the solo duelist composition, it's gonna be giving them a lot of the advantages moving forward into this matchup of Bind. And as we stated before, as soon as Deathmaker gets that operator in his hands, that is when the real pain is about to start.
Right now, we're on the attacking side, going back into the game. It's the buy round for Global, and they're looking to use those buys proactively. This is why I was talking about SK Rossi and Hellranger being more favored on attack, because of their duo potential. The flash being used to gain A-shot control and get the first kill. Scargot goes down. That's Global Esports with the first blood and the advantage on the map. Now you can see for Global, they're predicting a B-side push with Hellranger rotating over to this side, and they're going to be right on this call. Hellranger with the prediction, the IGL making the moves happen. Godlike, they're approaching this B-side through hookah and B long, and they're likely gonna end up committing here. Just White House left on the lurk, but discipline being shown from Global, meaning that Godlike, they're just gonna end up walking into a trap.
There's gonna be a big trap as well. Not a lot of noise is being made, but Skills, he plays it patient, he plays it smart. He knows exactly what White Horse was thinking. Fellow Sentinel players in arms, but it's gonna be the kill coming out on the Shivi. As Shivi tries to go in for an aggressive play, but he's not gonna be able to in that situation. A pure round indeed from the side of the
30 seconds
defenders.
left.
They're holding down the fort, not really
Last
pushing,
player
not really giving any
standing.
form of advantage. But Rossi with that wide swing just digs Deathmaker in the head and beats his soul away from him. And a flawless round to boot for the side of the defenders at CA. They didn't lose a single point of health almost during this entire match.
Yeah, you could see that for Global, that was basically like flawless round. Like only a couple of players getting tagged, not even going down, meaning that the buy round coming off very successfully. They don't lose a single iota of the investment they put into that round, able to now force Godlike into a sticky situation where you either go for the save or go for the mixed buys in the next round. You see the pistol coming out for Whitehorse and the Spectre for Scargod, meaning not a full buy, but still a heavy investment made to Godlike. And now once again, SK Rossi with that flash, with the Hellranger pushing in, refusing to wait it out, using that breach proactively, able to get the first blood. Godlike, they need to be able to react to this place because Global, they're just gonna keep doing it again and again. They know that Godlike right now have no answer to it. Godlike, they're trying to push off on the basis of that first blood, try to take control of this B side, the wall to deny the elbow angle, but the wall instantly taken down. Now Skills and the rest of Global coming in from Hookah. It's SK Rossi with the triple, and Global likely to finish off this round with 3-man advantage.
But Deathmaker, he's going in for the massive flag, and he may just be able to turn it around. It's gonna be Scargod, and Deathmaker takes the difference. He goes in for the plays, but Kappa, he's just way too quick, it seems. And Deathmaker, he does go down, and it's gonna be Scargod on his lonesome down in this 1 versus 2 situation. He does pull out one. He's gonna be able to get the headshot. Will he be able to get the last? Is the real question. He tried to go in for the classic kill, but Skills. His headshot reigns supreme, and he's gonna be able to finish him off. Beautiful round coming out from the side of the defenders once again to take us to a 2-2 scoreline. And these aggressive pushes coming out from the side of Rossi, he's not getting punished whatsoever.
Yeah, Godlike, they really need to try to find a way to answer those aggressive pushes. What I would do is try to set up a bait with 2 people. And even if one person goes down, you can find the trade. But ideally, if you set up a proper crossfire on the bait, you can go for the spam, expecting Rossi to dash through. And in that spam, even if you get flash, you will be able to pick him up, deny the aggressive push. Now, Rossi and Hellranger, they grouped over to the shower side, and that's where they're going to go for the base. Is Rossi with the operator. This is what we wanted to see come out, and the fact that it shows a lot of hope for Global to take the lead in this round. Now Godlike, they will be on the eco, so for them an eco rush very likely as they try to get some damage done, maybe take the operator off of Rossi's hands, but instead Deathmaker with the Blade Storm gonna get instantly denied by his former captain Hellranger, taking him down, and Skills with another. That's Global with a 2-man advantage, and another quick round.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
A beautiful play coming out from the entirety of GE. My god, that run was absolutely incredible. First of all, we need to break this down. The trigger discipline coming out from Rossi was insane. Doesn't really go in for the shots even after the jiggles come through. And then the plays coming out from Skills, knowing for the fact that one member did walk through, they played much more deeper back into the side. They let them have lamps control, knowing for the fact that, hey, even if they take lamps, it doesn't really matter because we have the flash, we have the operator, we have proper shower control. There's only one place that they can be in. It's only lamps. And that lamp, even though it is a power angle, it's very easy to clear if there is no support coming out from the side of shower to go in for a lot of these backstep kills. And all of these factors are going to be coming into play, and GE, they're playing it down so well. And Skills, he's holding down the fort. He is on the Omen, but he's playing it as if he's a Sentinel and a pseudo-duelist.
Rossi barely missing that shot will mean that he has to back up now. The shock dart to just push him out of his position, displace him from that angle, but he's gonna try to go back to it once again. Knows that there's multiple members down this B-long site, and he's gonna call for the rotations to come through. It's only Skills left in A. 4 members of GE now made their way onto B, but Hellranger, he's gonna send something. His sus, he's like, they haven't made their push yet, I'm gonna go back. And now with the recon bolt coming out, once again SK Rossi displaced from his position. Godlike though, the time is running out. They need to start making a move, and it looks like they're doing just that. Going for the slow rotation onto A, but Hellranger, he's always ready to predict the moves. He's in A side, waiting with a crossfire setup on the middle of the site with Skills. It's all about denying the push onto site and allowing their team to come back on the rotate. But now with the smokes coming out to heaven, and the Hunter's Fury coming out for Global. Sorry, for Godlike. This is the side push for Godlike Esports onto A, trying to take control. But the defensive position of Hellranger and Skills reigning supreme, they pick up the first 2 kills and secure the advantage for Global Esports.
Seems all but over for their side as Godlike. They're on the receiving end of a lot of pain, but White Horsey has this back with his own pain in the street of headshots, but still it's gonna be Skills. Kappa coming in from the sideline. Chibi at the bare minimum gets the plan to get 300 extra credit and an ult point to boot for his troubles. But at the same time, how much is this gonna be helping their side as the operator is gonna be picked up once again from the bodies of the dead? And ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though the indestructible defense of Global Esports are back in the form of Find.
Global Esports looking really strong here, and Godlike, I feel like what I would like to see them do is have Knight Rider play more of a low-key role, try to get him to find the 1v1 duels so he can play more of that battle stage, because right now I'm seeing a lot more of the Sentinel stage, like helping your teammates, building out the slow orbs, and I don't mind seeing a lot of that Sentinel stage down in the defensive side, but on the attacking side, you really need the battle stage to come through, because that was a key factor for Velocity's win yesterday. It was Antidote continuously finding the duels, finding the frags, and then healing himself up, being to bring it back, reset his health, meaning they had the overall advantage. That is what I'm missing from Godlike here. Having said that, Godlike, they will excel on the defense, so they just need to try and make sure that the scoreline not too much in the favor of Global after this first half, and then they can pull it through. But given this current form of Global, dominant in map 1 and so far extremely strong in map 2, it looks like Global might just run away with it. We'll have to see. A 3-man stack for Global this time at A, with the Cypher and the Sova holding it down in B. There's a Rolling Thunder coming out. All this just to delay a push, but an ultimate perhaps given up too early, because Godlike now they know that they can push through, but Skills, he took control of that shot angle with the help of the Rolling Thunder. He's able to pick up 2 kills on the boot of it. Just beautiful synergy and map control for Global Esports.
Skills, he's always in the right positions to just get a lot of this value, and he waited for the flash, and that flash is going to be covering the TP noise that he was making in this scenario. And Skills, he has all of the information in the entire world. He has the best off angle as well, and Chibi, he's going to be on the receiving end of a lot of pain. If he goes in for the peak, they're going to be coming in right into the crosshair vicinity of Skills and Rossi. Their bodies are just going to be dropping. The last member is going to be Knight Rider going in for the taps with his Sheriff. He gets the kill on Rossi, but Skills, he's way too quick. He goes in for the peak and he gets the kill as well. Skills, with his beautiful positioning and game sense, he's able to one-up the entirety of Godlike, taking us to a 5-2 scoreline.
Yeah, and I think we're noticing like a couple key components missing from Godlike from the composition we saw Velocity pull out, right? Them being the Raze and the Killjoy now. The key difference between the Raze and the Killjoy is compared to the Jet and the Cypher is that on attack, the Killjoy offers much more utility as compared to the Cypher in her mollies to clear out corners and a turret to peek, and the Raze to be able to use her boombot to get the info and her grenades to clear out corners. When you're running a comp with no flash, that sort of utility really important to be able to help you push into the site, because otherwise you're at the mercy of those 1v1 duels, and when you're at the mercy of those 1v1 duels and the other team has a breach, it becomes insanely hard to try and pull it off. So Godlike, they just need to try to find a way to stem the bleeding. Go for those 1v1 peaks.
I know
that
exactly where you are.
Let him take down the counter off, and now with the Cypher neural theft coming in, the information given to Godlike about the positioning, an A site execute on the cars, everyone grouping up here. It's going to be up to Hellranger and Skills to stop it, but White House, he take it down. Godlike, they're fighting back this round.
Like, now they know exactly what to do, but it's Skills trying to hold down the fort, but Knight Rider is going to be way too quick with his own wide swing. He gets taken out as Lightning Fast, and Kappa are now going down to this 2 versus 5 retake situation. I do believe that they would opt to go in for it because they do have a lot of money in their bank to work with, so no harm in trying to go forward with it. It's gonna be GE slowly closing their ground, but with a lot of damage being done, it's gonna be White Horse hunting them down. Lightning Fast is gonna be take one out onto his own clone, but they know exactly where he is, and they're gonna be coming for him. They're hungry for this kill, ladies and gentlemen. Lightning Fast, he just needs to do a little bit of damage, and the damage has been done. 2 bodies have dropped away from the side of Godlike. They do lose a lot of money because looking at the money, they're not gonna have a lot to buy, and Whitehorse, he's gonna be forced onto the half shield. Oh no, he's gonna be able to buy him. My bad.
Yeah, given the fact that they did have a continuous win streak before this loss, Global, they will be able to afford the full buys. But this is very promising for Godlike, shifting Deathmaker onto the op, allowing him to hold down one sideline altogether and get those trades. Like, this is what I meant, right? When you don't have the utility to clear out corners, you have to try to find the 1v1 duos and then play for the trades on the basis of that. The fact that Deathmaker on the op will help him significantly. Look to play on the basis of what the Jet is strong at and get those advantages for the Jet. Now, 3 rounds picked up for Godlike. If they can get 2 more, I think that would be a successful round first half for them. They're gonna switch it up this time around though. Now look towards this B side. They've taken B-long control, but will be spotted out by the recon drone. The Hunter's Fury coming out, but Deathmaker, he dodges it with his updraft, meaning no tags, barely missing Knight Rider as well. And now, with pushing into this side, the wall coming out for Knight Rider. He's gonna try to push in. Is Rossi with the first kill, but Knight Rider will play back on the other end, meaning 4v4 on the map. Godlike with the B side control.
B-side control was so fast that Rossi, he had no information, he had no position to go to, and the beautiful plays coming out from the side of Godlike just showcases it all. It's gonna be Skills going in for the plays, but he's not gonna be checking his right side, and he's gonna be caught by a shimmy holding down the angle. If he goes in for the push, he gets that first initial kill on the Whitehorse. He's looking for more, but Deathmaker now, he's holding down with the operator in that side. He knows for a fact that Skills is not gonna be taking the peek, knowing that Deathmaker is on that angle. Skills, he does have the from the shadows in his hands to get a little bit of information on their side. He could have just gone in for it and it would have worked, but Skills, he gets the operator down and he gets a kill on a shimmy as well, taking it down to a 2 versus 1 situation. It's gonna be Knight Rider trying to make the plays, but Skills, he's so consistent. He's just so good. He's built different in this scenario.
3v3 on the map here, and Skills using that from the shadows just for info. Wants to know exactly where they are so he can allow Hellranger to start pushing in from the B-long area. As soon as the info comes in for Skills, you can see Hellranger from that B-long pushes in, knows that hey, everybody is on site and not exposed. Skills going for the peaks, drawing all the attention to him, meaning Hellranger with the free entry from Garden, able to take control, take down Knight Rider and allow Skills to go for the defuse. Just insane communication between these players to pull off that retake, because if Godlike had won that round, being on 4 rounds with a couple to go would have been absolutely phenomenal for them. But the fact that it's GE with their communication, using their ultimates to get the prime information, able to come out on top. Damn, that was really strong from Global Esports. And it's not just about the plays, it's about the communication that went into the plays. Skills with 13 kills leading the charge for GE in this first half.
Skills, this guy is absolutely too good for his own good. So, yeah, that was absolutely insane to peek the operator of Deathmaker like that, to wipe it that hard and get those plays. It's gonna be dangerous, but Hellranger, he's holding down the poor Deathmaker. He's not gonna be able to get the kill with his own knives, and it's gonna be Lightning Fast getting the kill on the Scargod as well. As Jimmy, he tries to do the damage. He's gonna be making a bit of difference. He gets a kill on the Lightning Fast. He gets a second as well. Knight Rider, he answers back with his own onto Hellranger, and the side control is gonna be going in favor of Godlike. But Kappa, he's holding down the fort. He knows exactly where the members of Godlike are. He takes the shot, and this may just hurt him a little bit. He's picking up a lot of information, but Rossi, a beautiful kill on the Knight Rider. The crosshair placement so immaculate. The heroics coming out from both of the teams or both sides, but a thrifty round indeed for the side of the attackers. No, not a thrifty, I mean a beautiful round. Eco round, sorry, coming out for the side of the attackers.
Like making it work with their semi-buy, able to take side control with an aggressive push, but the post plants are what is so important for me. I honestly thought for a second there, Rossi with the heroics, the forward dash into the right click for the first kill, and then looking for the left click for the second, almost was able to pull it through, but damn, that was really close. But for Godlike, it will be really good because winning a semi-buy round now gives them a chance to try to push to 6-6 if they're able to win this buy round, force Global onto a position where they maybe not able to afford the operator or have to give up a shield or two to afford the operator in that last round. This round so crucial for both the teams because losing this round for Godlike would mean Global break their economy, losing the round for Global would mean Godlike break their economy. Now you can see Godlike and Global, both of them will be very cautious with their approach. It's a recon drone coming out for Godlike as Knight Rider takes control of this B-long area. But a crossfire set up between Kappa and Lightning Fast as Lightning Fast looks for that camera down towards B-long to get the info will mean it's Global waiting for Godlike to make the first move. Whitehouse is lurking towards A shot. The rest of their team making their way onto Hookah, looking for the smokes here. Then a commit onto B side. But with a triple stack for Global on this B side is going to be very important for Godlike to be able to go in without any unfavorable trades. Godlike trying to do just that, committing to this B side.
With so much utility being used from the side of Lightning side, this is going to be dangerous for him, and they're not going to get a lot of value out of this push, but they baited out a lot of utility, and Deathmaker, he's looking to see if he can get a wallbang kill, but a beautiful ultimate coming out from the side of Chibi to open up the fort a little bit more, but Lightning Fast, he has the best possible position, but too many targets in front of him. He was not able to get the retrack in this kind of scenario, but Kappa, he's making the difference. He got 3 kills before he goes down, and this is going to be shifting the tides in favor of GE. They're going to be able to find one more kill. It's going to be Whitehorse with his own heroic, but there's no time. They can't get the plan down. The spike has gone down, but Jimmy, he's making the heroics happen. He gets 1 kill on the skills, but Rossi, he's gonna be right on behind him with the classic. Could have gone for the knife, but he's a sportsman. He's not gonna go for that play, taking us to a 7-4 scoreline. Godlike, that was absolutely chaotic. Last second pushes do happen like this, but the execution was just a bit sloppier on their side in the retake scenario, and the heroics pulled out by Kappa was just too good.
Yeah, you can see that for Godlike, it came down to the wire, and even though she was able to get the plant and get another kill, the fact that he was flanked on both the sides meant that SK Rossi able to pick him up with just that classic, and Global Esports able to secure this 7th round. A huge round for GE. As we said, the eco will break for either of the teams, meaning now Godlike, there will be no op coming out for them, rather broken buys altogether. So Godlike, they need to try to pull off a quick execute the way they did, and then look to play on the basis of that. They are trying to take control first though, look to see if they can get a pick, but this strategy will be very interesting because Global, they have the operator ready at showers, and that's where Whitehorse is going to be. SK Rossi with the first Ballard, meaning now Godlike got unaware with a man down, not really many options left. They're just gonna have to group up and go for a fast side execute, play off the fact that SK Rossi is in the showers with the operator, so you can go on the opposite side and look for the executes, then try to play for the post plant. But with the utility already set up for Lightning Fast, they need to get in fast. DM, he gets spotted out by the camera. He's just trying to back up, but now we'll get revealed once again. It'll be Lightning Fast with the kill. Even though Chevy finds the shotgun kill, it's 1 for 1, and now Lightning Fast holding down elbow will get a huge trade. But the resurrect coming for Godlike to make it even. It's now Godlike with the map control. Need to go for the plant.
But still, you're forgetting one thing, CA. It's gonna be Hellranger with his ultimate as well. This is gonna be such a dangerous play, and he's waiting for it. But with the TPs getting popped immediately, they're holding down the fort, and it's gonna be Rossi with his own leg shot. He gets a beautiful headshot on the Deathmaker. He's gonna be able to take him out immediately, and such a play. But Rossi accidentally went into the TP. He's not gonna be able to hold it down, but an ultimate coming out from the side of Hellranger is gonna be more than enough. It's gonna be leaving Knight Rider on his lonesome to try and go in for a play, but a beautiful seismic blast to boot to force him out into the open with a flash. The utility usage coming out from the side of Hellranger and skills is just so beautiful. CA, they were not able to see a damn thing. Firstly, the open paranoia, then the rolling thunder to force him into the paranoia. It's just absolutely incredible to watch.
Godlike, that play by Rossi especially to be right there and in the A-shot angle, able to get on time to the TP from B, pick up Deathmaker, just stopping Godlike in their tracks, and then the dash. He would have gotten a second kill too, but unfortunately just walks into the teleporter. But damn, a really strong first half for Global Esports, led by the duo of Skills and SK Rossi. They were top 2 in map 1, they're top 2 in map 2 so far. It's looking extremely strong for their team. Now, this is the real test for both of the teams. For Godlike, this is what they picked for, the defense with the double sentinel to try and deny one side altogether while stacking another. They have 3 on this A side and 2 on that B. See, Knight Rider now making the rotate as the audio keys come out. Global there executing heavily onto this side, and this is where Global is supposed to be stronger, with being able to use that breach proactively. But it'll be Scargod picking up the first Ballard and stopping Global Esports in their tracks. Now Global Esports have to reconsider. They're just gonna rotate rotate over to this A short
Right there.
angle and try to go for the push from there.
This is where the Sage is going to be helping them the most. They have the man advantage in their favor. They have a lot of info to work with, and especially with the fast push coming out from the side of Lance. They're taking heavy Lance control. But this U-Haul control, how much will this help is the real question. They're going to be able to get that trade kill, but still, it's a 3 versus 4 situation, and one member is going to be extremely low for their side. Skills doesn't have a lot of HP, but when he can get smoked through kills like that on the Scar God, it's going to be more than enough. Lightning Fast, he's holding down the fort on this 3 versus 3 situation. He's holding down Lamps. They have very beautiful post-plant situation down for their side. A lot of info to work with and a lot of room and a ground to cover. Lightning Fast making so much noise down in the side of Lamps. He's going to be forcing them to go in for a peek, but will he be able to get this kill? This is super important, and he's going to be able to. White Horse goes down. It's going to be Knight Rider going into the place of his own, but he's not going to be able to get this kill. And he's just going to get spammed out from so many angles. He gets the heal off at the bare minimum. He's jumping to see if he can get any form of information down to where Lightning Fast actually is, but a beautiful 4K coming up from the side of Lightning Fast. The clutch out that round. He is so fast, he is so quick, especially when it comes to the side of attack.
Lightning Fast with the jiggles and the 1v1 wins to secure a 4K and secure this pistol round for Global. Meaning now with the anti-eco, they have a chance to take double digits for themselves and really put the pressure on Godlike to be able to fight back. Now Godlike, they had grouped up the Sage and the Cypher in the same site, and that's something I would like to see changed. Instead, use the Sage on a different site to allow White Horse to hold it down by himself with the help of somebody else, and then look to play both sides, because trying to deny one side altogether leaves the other open for that breach to just rush the way Global Esports did in the last round, and that's something you really cannot afford when you're playing that double sentinel lineup. Now eco round for Godlike, I really like that they're giving the Sage the ultimate orbs, getting that resurrect ready as soon as possible. But Global, they heard the audio cues. They're like, we hear the push coming down from B long, let's go directly into A, and they're gonna do a commit just there. That Maker though, he gets that first kill, but SK Rossi able to trade it back, meaning now Global, their position reveals, they're gonna commit onto this side.
Ooh, Shibby with that classic right click has gotta hurt Kappa's soul, but Skills, he has his own vengeance. They're gonna be hunting him down. Shibby, there is nothing that he can do with Rossi with that Spectre. He's gonna be mowing him down, but Knight Rider, he's in the perfect position to go in for a play. He's gonna be holding on the board. If he gets this kill, it's gonna be massive, but Rossi, he's gonna be running and gunning in that situation. He's gonna be able to get that kill as well.
Spike planted.
A beautiful readjustment for his side, leaving White Horse with just a Spectre and a Dream to boot. He's not gonna be having a good day. One on elbow, one right under him, and it's gonna be Rossi with that Spectre. How many headshots he's gonna be hitting with that weapon when it comes to these long-range engagements, CA? He just does not miss.
Yep, SK Rossi does not miss your head. If he spots you, you're going down. That's the mantra he follows, and that's what is gonna help GE now secure this double digits, the 10th round in their favor. Now, this was the eco round for Godlike, and they did a decent bit of damage taking down 2 guns. So they need to try to use the fact that they did that damage to go into their buy round and take down Global Esports, then look to play on the basis of that, secure some sort of breathing room for themselves, and then try to pull it back. Now leaving this Cypher down at B to solo hold it down, a 4-man stack at A while they push in proactively into A short. They should know by now that they push into A short that no members of GE at A, that means all of them at B, and now you can see that the rotates coming out is going to be up to White Horse to hold it down. He's lost 1 trap fire so far, and with the smokes coming out to CT and elbow, it's in goes Global Esports, SK Rossi and Skills with the dash and the shouted step to help take side control. The camera, he's not going to throw the dodge just yet, doesn't want the camera to be taken down. Instead, waiting for his team. SK Rossi pushing in though, gets taken down. That's Godlike with the trace and Godlike with the lead.
And all of the advantages in the entire world, and a beautiful retake situation to boot as well. 2 coming from the side of Hoka because of the teleporter, and 2 coming from the side of CT. They were able to take them out 1-1, and a beautiful round execution and win for the buy round for the side of Godlike. They're climbing their way back slowly but surely, taking us to a 10-5 scoreline. But CA, you cannot give one more round to the side of Global Esports, because then the momentum is going to be out of your hands, and we know that how dangerous Global is when they have momentum on their side.
Yeah, but winning the buy round really important for GODLIKE, and the fact that they're able to do that will give them some breathing room to go into the next round. By Global in a position where they can either go for the semi-buys or go for the eco. We see the semi-buys coming through a Spectre and a Frenzy for Lightning Fast, meaning Global actually gambling with this round. Didn't need to do that in my opinion because they have that 5-round lead, could have afforded to go for the eco, but they elect to go for this. Let's see if they can make it work. I really like this from Knight Rider. You see on the map, the wall made all the way towards the front of Showers, meaning that he has the ult point control, is able to pick up the ult point. Knight Rider now just a 1 point away from his ult. If he can get a kill here, he'll have the Resurrect ready already, only in the 4th round of the second half. Now you can see Skargard. He's playing extremely aggressively in that mid cubby. A cubby holding it down, waiting for some sort of push, but not gonna happen just yet. Instead, Skargard gonna get tagged really low by the Seismic Blast. Will still maintain his position though. Global, they've spread themselves across the map. They're looking to make the noise and then bait and switch onto this B side. And so far, the bait working. 4 members of GODLIKE rotating onto A. All of Global in B. In they go now to look to take side control.
They're looking to take the side control, and this is where control has already been established. But now, for the fact that Whitehorse, he's chilling down in the back of Gordon. There's a lot of information for inside, but Hellranger is going to be able to clear him out. He doesn't get a lot of value coming up from that side of the lurk. It's gonna be Deathmaker coming in on the retake side. He pulls out his knives, but get paranoid out immediately. And Kappa, he answers back with his own, but Deathmaker with his beautiful plays and crosshair placement is gonna be able to pull off some form of a heroic play. But with all of the bodies just running on towards him, he's gonna be able to get a second with a right click. He's looking for more. He does spot on one in the back of Long. He's trying to do what he can, but Kappa's spray is just a bit too strong, Shivy. He gets a really clean headshot on the Hellranger, but how much is this gonna help with the Hunter's Fury being present as well? They're wasting so much time, and they have a healthy body to go in for a peek as well, and Jimmy is opting to go out bagging, and he's gonna make a run for the money. But there's not really a lot that he can do in this situation, and saving that full shield is gonna be a lot more beneficial.
The bait and switch for Global Esports, the IGL of Hellranger reigning supreme in this round. I mean, I had a suspicion that it would be difficult to close out this round because of their lack of weapons, but Global Esports, they able to circumvent that by forcing GODLIKE to go onto that A side, make a bunch of noise at A, pull out the Seismic Blast, make the rotations happen, meaning that they can go for the bait and switch. They can push into the side 5v1, take control, and then play for the post plants on the Hunter's Fury. Just smart calls from Global all around, showing me a lot of preparation from them in regards to what you can expect from GODLIKE, and being able to use that preparation to play the mind games. Is Global Esports winning that round, now going on to the 11 rounds, looking for the match point with the next. For GODLIKE, they will be able to afford the buys this round, but it will be this round which makes or breaks them, because losing this round will give match point to Global as well as the eco advantage. So GODLIKE, they need to make sure they maintain it. Now an aggressive push in for Global onto this side is going to be Kappa with the first kill, and SK Rossi looking for more. The off shot will miss first, but the second will land for DM, but the trade coming out for skills mean down goes the op, down goes GODLIKE, and a man advantage for Global as well as the side control.
The main issue I do believe that is occurring in a lot of these fights is because they're rotating way too quickly, and Global, they're playing the mind games. They're like, okay, you love to go in for rotations, let's just use that against you. It's gonna be Kappa getting that second kill on the wide one from Knight Rider. He's able to answer back with his own lightning fast. When he has that operator, he's gonna be lightning fast when it comes to pulling the trigger. They know exactly where Skargard is, they know exactly where Chibi is, but Chibi, he's showing up, he's getting the headshots that he needs to, but Skargard, he needs to show him as well, but he can in this situation. His lightning fast is flicked, which is way too quick. He does switch out to the operator. He's gonna be opting to go in for this save, and then they're gonna be hunting him down, but he's not gonna be able to get this kill. Lightning fast, he's gonna be able to take him out, and ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be Global going on a match point, series point, and then trying to go forward into the grand finals for their revenge match against VLT.
Lightning fast is so damn fast, it makes me wonder that did he learn salsa or something somewhere? Because the jiggles in that spot to dodge all the shots from Shivy and then pulling out the frenzy and being able to get the headshot for himself. I think we're gonna see it in the replay just about now. But like in general, Lightning fast with his jiggles, he's so on point. He's so capable of making sure that he's the one able to win that 1v1 duel by dodging out the shots. The name very much apt for this kid because damn is he good. Now, Global Esports, 12-5, match point, and an extremely big eco lead will mean Godlike, they're at the edge of the end. They need to push back, give everything they've got, and fight back right here, right now. And I expect them to do just that. But Global, they have the momentum. And we talked about what happens when Global have the momentum. They're going to use that momentum to push through. Now, they have the Omen ultimate ready. So if they do go for a fast side execute, I can expect the Omen ultimate to come out. But what is also possible is a bait and switch. Give the spike over to the Omen, force one side, pull out the rotations the way they have, and then allow the Omen to bait and switch onto the other side with his ultimate. It's just going to be an easy commit though. It's SK Rossi taking the control, finding the first kill, but now Global Esports flanking both these members of Nightride and Scargod in the showers. They'll take them down. They'll have all the information. Global Esports looking for match point with just one member left. Shivy will get taken down. That's SK Rossi with a triple and a flawless match and series point to take Global Esports to the grand finals.
That was fast, that was hard, and that was way too quick. And when you end the match with a flawless on match point, that is absolutely incredible. Global, they are so good when it comes to their composition, and they're so good when it comes to their utility usage. They take it all away. And now, CA, we have the revenge story starting to commence once more. It's going to be GE versus Global in the grand finals. Throwback to Series 2.
I mean, it's a perfect way to really end off the Challenger Series franchise. To have the teams who were the finalists in Series 1 and then Series 2 face off against each other towards the end really brings that total circle all the way around. But before we get to that, let's just talk about the journey of Godlike to make it to third place, a really phenomenal achievement in itself, and this match and series itself with the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Global Esports. I had a lot of expectations from this team from Series 1. When they were God Squad, they became Global from Series 2, maintained the same squad. But then in Series 3, when Velocity was not playing, they were the favorites to pick up the crown. They were faced with a few issues with the roster though, were not able to settle in on one, were not able to pick it up, and that's where the resurgence of Global Esports began. Took a break in Series 4 to finalize the roster, bring Lightning Fast on board, and make sure the practice ready to come into Series 5 with a bang. The rise of Global Esports has been like a phoenix through the ashes. They have been absolutely phenomenal with their execution of their plans and their ideas going into the game, and that's what we have to look out for. But for Godlike, just props to be given. They came into this series with a new player in their roster, and while there were some synergy issues to start it off, towards the end of the series they were really able to clean it up, and as the time progresses I expect this squad to get stronger and stronger. The fact that we have such close teams in the top tier means our community getting better as a whole, and that's something that makes me really happy.
That's what I really want to see coming forward as well. Players like Deathmaker now joining the likes of Godlike, and now also shifting towards to being one of the best teams in the entire region. They had such a long journey. Back in Series 3 they had a rough start, and back in Series 3 they had a rough point. They were in the second place. Back in Series 4 they got out of the tournament in a very unlikely manner. They were not able to hold strong, and now back in Series 5 they were able to get that third place. And they had such a rocky start in the round of 256 with all of the agent changes coming through, but the exponential growth coming out from the side of Godlike gives me a lot of hope for this team. This team in general is going to be on my radar moving forward into our following tournaments, but at the same time it's going to be global, it's going to be VLT, and it's going to be a match to remember. It's going to be a bang when we are back with that match, CA, and I just can't wait for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a match, especially considering that this time these teams don't have a choice. They have to play on the icebox. So I'm excited to see what innovation they bring through for it, because that was one of the key things to see from the match yesterday between VLT and GE. It is innovations, and that's what happens when you put some of the best teams in the tournament against each other. They try to find these small niches, small advantages for themselves, because they know that when the teams are so close, when the mechanical capability of the players are so close, that's what will give them the edge. Today Today, it was Global Esports able to stay ahead of the game. Hellranger, particularly with his IGL calls, really understanding the playstyle of Godlike and being able to predict them, meaning giving Global Esports a huge advantage. That was just our first series of the day. I cannot wait for the grand finals. I am so hyped, and I'm sure you are as well. To show your support and show your hype, hit that like button, subscribe, make sure you have the notifications bell on because we are getting ready, set, and go for the grand finals. We have a couple of surprises for you as well before the matches itself. Some things that we from the TEC are bringing to you. So make sure you have the notifications bell on, otherwise, you might miss your chance to be there to catch it all. Now, for now, we're gonna go take a small break and allow the players, Global Esports, to just take the break for themselves, get ready for the grand finals while we do the same. In the meantime, you can check out in the links in the description below some amazing discounts set up for you to grab some really cool LG monitors and then use those LG monitors to up your game as a whole. I'm CA. I was your host and caster for this series, and I was joined by Aggressive on the mic, and we were bringing to you the series between Godlike and Global Esports. It's Global Esports who were pretty dominant in their win, able to move on to the grand finals, and it's Global Esports we will see there. We'll see you soon with the grand finals in the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't